Buckingham Palace has just confirmed the excellent news that Meghan will not be attending King Charles's coronation. Buckingham Palace has released a statement confirming that Meghan Markle is leaving Harry to come all by himself. The couple's PR mouthpiece, Omid Scooby-Doo, confirmed Archie's birthday played a factor in the couple's decision, and he expected that it would be a fairly quick trip to the UK for Harry. Harry is only going to go to the ceremony itself, which is probably going to last a few hours. And according to a royal source, Charles is bound to be happy about this news. The rest of the family has to be feeling relieved that Meghan is not going to be there. The royal source said it would have been so uncomfortable for Kate. The uncertainty over Meghan and Harry's attendance was thought to have left royal officials unable to sign off on arrangements for seating plans, transportation, and also security. I wonder, if you get close enough, can you hear the sound of applause and cheering because Meghan will not be bothering them ever again? People all over the UK are heaving a big sigh of relief right now because if they've got to tolerate Harry by himself for a little while, well, okay, they can deal with that. And this is going to go some way to satisfying what most people in the UK want, for the two of them to stay outside the royal family and to never be involved in any public events ever again. And an LA source is claiming that Meghan is afraid of the British public. It won't look good for her to be booed and shown all over the world. The source said if she thought that the public would cheer for her rather than jeer, she would attend the coronation. But she's too scared to face the family after what she has done. If, as an American, Meghan does not have to curtsy or show respect in the public coronation, then how does it make any sense for her to still hold a British royal title? She needs to give it up willingly. But she wants the title of Duchess and titles for those invisible kids too. She wants all the prestige and the clout that goes along with those titles. But she doesn't want to give the royal family the respect and the courtesy they deserve. The good thing is, it looks like Meghan is finally getting the message loud and clear. I assume that they have chosen to give their children titles and naming one after the late queen, in spite of hating everything the monarchy stands for except for money, of course. But anyway, they're not allowing the children to attend. Meghan's only weapons are those kids now that the US is humiliating the gruesome twosome, and they're not offering them any more work either. So Archie's birthday is a very convenient excuse for Meghan to stay in California. She cannot deal with negative reactions after all, so I don't think she's ever going to come to the UK again, which is exactly why her title should be taken away. I mean, if I'm being honest, I would say that Meghan is going to be perfectly happy with this arrangement. It's pretty obvious why she doesn't want to come. I mean, she would have to curtsy to the Princess of Wales and the Duchess of Edinburgh, too. Both of them officially outrank her now. Meghan is just plain old Mrs. Mountbatten Windsor of Montecito now, and if she had have come, I think she would have been sat in the 7th row behind a giant candle again, and that is not what Meghan signed up for. I guess Meghan figures that she got everything she needed. She got money, she's married to a prince, she got a title, more money, titles for the invisible kids, more money, and then also this life in California. Now, if they run out of money, they can just write another tell-all book and make more money. But their happiness is never going to be achievable. So now everybody can just relax and smile and really enjoy all the pomp and ceremony. Except for Harry, of course. I'm sure he's going to be looking miserable as always. Harry has painted himself into a corner. If he stays home, what a slap in the face to his father the king, and people would despise him even more for being so disrespectful. Or the other choice is that he comes and risks the ire of the people because he dared to show his face after he was so awful towards his family and the British people, and after the way that he tried to make money off of the monarchy. But see, I think if Harry didn't show up at all, he would look worse. He does not deserve to be there, but it is the right thing to do. He is the son of the king. And it's going to cause a lot less drama once all is said and done. The only thing that mattered really was Meghan not being there, and thank goodness she's not going to show. Now, from the family's perspective, I can completely understand why they might want Harry to be there. I mean, also, we need to consider the fact that he might be being coercively controlled, so it gives the family a great opportunity to connect with him. But I could be wrong in thinking, after what Harry has done and said, that, you know what, at the end of the day, I wish he wouldn't be there either. Harry was never the brightest crayon in the box for sure, and he doesn't have any idea that he has worked himself into a lose-lose situation. I'm sure Netflix insisted that he needs to go to get more material for the next show, but that could be pretty tricky because I don't think anybody is going to want to talk to him. I would also guess they didn't get the result they wanted from the negotiations to decide the prominence of their role. Harry is going to require his father's goodwill after the separation and subsequent divorce and custody battle happen. Being told that she was expected to buy her own tiara and also fancy dress probably made the decision for Meghan. Of course, no designer wants her wearing their clothes on such a grand occasion because she almost never looks good in anything couture. Another thing is that most people celebrate their children's birthday on a weekend when the most people could come to a party, so it's probable that it would not be the child's actual birthday anyway. It is not a good excuse for not coming to a once in a generation event like the coronation of your father in law. I mean, it's interesting to me that Meghan's excuse for not coming is that she has to celebrate the birthday of a kid who's probably too young to even understand what's going on. For that, Meghan is missing a once in a 70-year occasion with crowned heads and presidents there. Can anyone really believe this? I think it's a lot more likely that they would have been lost in the crowd with no balcony appearance and no Netflix team, so they wouldn't be able to show everybody how important they really are. On the one hand, though, the situation is a little sad because if they are real, those invisible kids are Charles's grandchildren too, and so they deserve to be there. I'm guessing that Charles, as a grandfather, would prefer that. But for whatever reason, I suspect this was Meghan's decision, because I don't think Harry makes any decisions in that household. Maybe she allows him to believe it was a mutual decision, but I doubt it. Royal commentator Mr. Richard Fitzwilliams has said the decision is an ideal compromise, with any reconciliation now highly unlikely. King Charles will undoubtedly be pleased that both his sons will be represented at his coronation. It is, after all, quite literally the crowning moment of his life. He had the longest period as Prince of Wales in our history, and he used it wonderfully well for the benefit of others. Camilla is wonderfully supportive and also is doing important charitable work. Meghan will be with Archie on his 4th birthday. This is probably an ideal compromise. For months, I had hoped for reconciliation, but after Spare, the interviews promoting it, and the Netflix docuseries, it is obvious that this is highly unlikely to happen, and that the Sussexes' rift with the royal family is very serious. The Sussexes are unpredictable. Their endless attacks on the royal family have been extremely damaging. They have affected its popularity, especially among the young. This has become something of a circus. They should find constructive roles in which to employ such talents as they have. Harry is unlikely to have a role in the ceremony or appear on the balcony. He may well appear in the procession after the ceremony. However, it would have been impossible for the Sussexes to not be represented at this unique event and expect to be taken seriously as members of the royal family in the future. And you, what do you think about this news? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments. If you think my video is useful, please remember to like and share it with anyone else who would enjoy it. And don't be afraid to subscribe to our Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube